So today we're going to look at June 2018 paper 2, the higher paper, and that just tells you the boundaries roughly for this. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to look at questions in grade order. So we're going to look to get to grade 4, you need to get about 17 marks. And if we look at this paper, that roughly gets us to question 4. That gets about 16 marks. So we're going to try and get to question 4 in this first video, and that will be, if you can do that, then that should be a grade 4 with this paper. So we look at the first question. It says m to the power of 3 times m to the power of 4. So in order to do this, it literally is, that means n times m times m, as you should know by now. So that is literally m times m times m, and then you're doing that another set of 4. So as you can see, you then add those powers together, so it becomes m to the power of 7. This one here, okay, so here we got 5np cubed all to the power of 3. So what that means is you've got 3 sets of that. So you've got 3 sets. Just write it all out if you want to. Makes life a lot easier if you want to do it this way. And then remember, it's not 15, it's 5 times 5 times 5. Use a calculator. Don't just try and do it without a calculator. In the exam, you may get stressed. So literally 5 times 5 times 5 equals 125. So that's 125. N times n times n is n to the power of 3. P times p times p is p to the power of 3. Question C, a bit more complicated looking. 32 q to the 9 r to the 4 all over 4 q to the 3 r. So what you do here is you just cancel out. You've got 1 set of r there, so reduce that by 1. You've got 3 sets here of q, so reduce that by 3. So let's just tidy that up a moment. I've got 32 q to the 6 r to the 3 all over 4. And then what is a quarter of 32? 16, 8. So it becomes 8 q to the 6 r to the 3. That gets you 5 marks. Now question 2, it says find the lowest common multiple when you've got these values here. So 2 to the 3 times 3 times 5 is a, and b is 2 to the 2 times 3 times 5 squared. So the lowest common multiple, they're saying that this number is 40 and that this number is 56. So the lowest common multiple is a number that 40 and 56 will go into. So it's got to have all these numbers in, but the lowest set. So here I've got a 2 to the power of 3, because that means it's got a 2 to the power of 2 in it. I need a 3, because they both got a 3 in. And I need a 5 to the power of 2, because that means that's satisfied. That's there then as well. So if you did that on your calculator, you should be able to do this again. Use your calculator. So you go 2 to the power, or you could just do 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5 times 5 equals 600. And that's your answer there. Write down the highest common factor. So that's the lowest common multiple. The highest common factor is going to be a number that has the same set of numbers in. So I've got 2 to the 2 here and 2 to the 3 here. So I've got 2 sets of 2 in here and 2 sets of 2 in there. So that's in. I've got a 3 here and a 3 here. So that's in. And I've got 5 times 5 and a 5. So one of those 5s is in. So again, use your calculator. Just always, if it's a calculator exam, don't try and be silly. Always use it. And now we get to this equation here, this question here. It says the line L is shown on the grid. Find the equation. Remember, equation of a line is y equals mx plus c. So I just need to hold that down. There you go. Now, the c is where it cuts. So that's minus 6, and m is your gradient. Remember, the rise over the run. The rise here, if I'm taking this crosshair point here all the way down and all the way across, check your units, that's a 1, and this is 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 over 1. So this is y equals 3 over 1, which I can just leave as 3x minus 6. Then we get to question 4. Rhea buys a van for £8,500 plus VAT at 20%. then they pay a deposit for the van. She then pays the rest of the cost in 12 equal instalments of so much each month. Find the ratio of the deposit she pays to the total of the 12 equal amounts. So with this one, you've got to just slow yourself down because it can look really quite complicated. Just take it easy, take each step as you go along. So the first thing you want to do is find 20% of that. So that's a multiplier. So I'm going to do, my multiplier is 1.2 because that's 20% added to the 1. Remember, you've got 100%, you add 20%, so that's 120%. So I get my calculator, I do 8500 times 1.2, and that tells me the total cost is going to be 10,200. So that's the total cost. Now they pay a deposit of the van. We don't know what it is, but then we know that the rest is in 12 equal payments of £531.25p. So that's 12 lots of 531.25. Now I can work out what that cost is there. So I do 12 times 531.25, and that equals 6375. So that's how much she pays. So therefore, to work out what the deposit was, I simply take away that value from that value there. So I just go 1000. So here we go, minus the 6375. And that's it, yep, that equals that. So her deposit was 3825. And now we have to do the ratio. It says we have to work out the ratio of the deposit to the total. So the deposit to the total of the 12 instalments. So that's 3825 to 6375. And a really nice way to do that is to cheat a bit. And you can do it this way, watch. You can use the fraction buttons. On this calculator, it's a bit of an old calculator, but this is what I do. I do 3825 and then shift over. Let's see if it works. I don't know if it's work on this one. Equals, no it doesn't. So let's just try one more time. That's the button I want. So I do 3825. It doesn't work yet. I'm going to show, oh, there we go. Over 6375. If I press equals, it simplifies it down to 3 to 5. And that's your ratio. Really nice way of doing it.